Hey there, Facebook family. Let me explain something before you get any more into this video. I have a black eye, as you can see, right there. Got it playing basketball this last week, so that's just how things go sometimes in life. As promised, I want to share a little bit about the weight loss journey and health journey that I've been on over the last year or so. Posted some pictures about maybe a month ago of kind of a before and after of a 260 Josh and a 185, 190 Josh, and just wanted to share kind of what led me to do that, and how God has really changed my life and changed kind of things that going on in our family because of that. So started about New Year's last year. Made a New Year's resolution. Hey, I want to lose weight this year, kind of like everybody makes. And decided, you know what, the best thing for me to do is give myself some motivation. So hey, let's do a challenge, the weight loss challenge with some friends or something like that. So I recruited some guys on Facebook, said, hey, we're gonna do a weight loss challenge, 3 months, 90 days. Let's see how we do. Everybody weighed in. We said, hey, we'll give $100 kind of to the pot, and the end of it, and the winner gets some cash, and so it's a good incentive. And so started on this weight loss journey in the beginning of January, or the end of January, and kind of went all the way through April or so. And through the course of that, did really well. Lost about 30 pounds, so it's pretty awesome. Went from 256 to in the 220s, which was really great. But in the course of that time, had a couple of what I thought at the time were really major health scares. A lot of it, I think, as I reflect on it, was due to stress, not sleeping well. The course of life over the previous 4 years. We had moved to Colorado. I had been working 2 jobs and finishing seminary, and we had gotten pregnant and had a baby, and all the stress that comes with when we moved. Just all the kinds of things were going on that were really, as I think back on it, caused me quite a bit of anxiety and stress. And so around Easter last year, in the course of the ministry that we're doing down at Colorado College, as I'm getting ready to speak in front of 30 people for our Easter service last year, I get really dizzy, and my heart starts beating hard in my chest. I'm like, holy moly, what's going on? So I sit down, I have my friend come and pray for me, and then I get up and feel okay and have some water and go and do my talk, and it all goes really well. Kind of an episode that didn't really know what was going on, so didn't think much of it. But the next Tuesday, I was at a coffee shop. I'd had a latte. I was working on something, really kind of feeling the blues of a post Easter kind of service, and again started to feel dizzy and felt like my head was kind of spinning back and forth, and could feel my heart beating quickly. And I made probably an ill-advised choice, but I drove myself to the emergency room because I didn't know what was going on. So got to the emergency room, checked in. They said, hey, we just think you have anxiety. We'll prescribe you some medicine, some Xanax, and send you on your way. So $1,000 later for a 5-minute appointment with an ER doc, and I'm going to get some anxiety pills that I am pretty weary about taking. And so go home, don't really feel like this is a big issue. Kind of in the course, middle of the weight loss program, so my diet had changed quite a bit. I'd stopped eating gluten for the most part, and but still was doing dairy and a few other things that that normal kind of people eat. But after this, my wife Rachelle, who's been such a great advocate for me over the last little while, she said, hey, we need to look at some different diet things. And so I said, hey, let's cut out gluten, we'll cut out dairy, we'll just cut out some more of the things that could maybe cause some issues for you. And so then I cut that out, and I felt okay. I felt a little bit better, but still had some strange issues. Would have a couple of nights. So that was in the end of March, and then the beginning of June, had another really kind of scary incident where I was in bed about to go to sleep. It was 11 o'clock at night, and man, just felt my chest was on fire. This is it was really scary. So it's like I just want to go back to the ER. So I went back to the ER. Another $1,800 later, 5-minute appointment. It was a little bit longer than that. They kept me a little bit longer in the ER, did some more tests and things, but couldn't find anything wrong. I couldn't find anything wrong with my heart. EKGs were fine, all that stuff. And so I said, you know what? After this appointment, after this, emergency room trip. I need to go see a cardiologist and go see a doctor and just let's figure some stuff out. So I went and saw my primary care physician, went and saw, she said, hey, we're going to recommend you to a cardiologist. Went and saw a cardiologist, did a stress test, did an echo, did stress echo, and they said, hey, we don't think anything's wrong. So we don't see any structural issues, no blockages. We're going to take you off. I had been put on some blood pressure medicine, probably because my weight was a little bit higher and, again, stressed out and different things like this. So we're going to put you on some, my primary care doctor put me on some blood pressure medicine. Then my cardiologist said, no, you don't need to take that, just to stop doing that. And we'll see how things go over the course of time. And so had that stress echo, no issues. So basically, and again, that was probably $6,000 later. So like a total of $8,000 that we've spent on healthcare stuff this last year and a half or so, or just a little bit at a year, I guess now, and still no answers. And so we're like, you know what? Okay, well, let's try to figure some more stuff out. And so we tried to look into some alternative medicine kind of sources, chiropractic care and things. And so we visited a couple of different places, Freedom Chiropractic here in Colorado Springs, and another doctor who ended up having a 4-month treatment plan with Dr. Perkins here in Colorado Springs, and that was probably the thing that changed most about my health kind of journey. Is he did some pretty extensive testing to look at my metabolic pathways and how my body was utilizing its resources and what I was deficient in and things like that, and got me on a pretty extensive and expensive supplement regimen and chiropractic care and counseling, kind of along the lines of diet and exercise and sleep and all these things. Just took a very holistic approach to my health. And over the course of 4 months of that care, of the supplements, of the diet, and we made even kind of more drastic diet changes that have seemed to really help also, I feel better. I feel like God has answered the prayers of my heart to help me feel almost 100% or 100% better. I'm not totally back to normal. I think, just because continuing to find what it means to be healthy and find that balance of rest and right eating. And we've even kind of gone to another extreme level of diet with something called the Walls Protocol, which is kind of a high-fat ketogenic, diet. It's been really good. I drink like full-fat coconut milk smoothies, got it every morning, and my blood pressure is really good. My weight is good. My anxiety levels, depending on the day, are much better. And so my weight is really back to where it should be. I'm in the 195 to 185 range, and God has been really good to me. And I don't know the extent of this journey for me, and there's been some suffering that I felt at times very depressed. I felt food depressed, things I can't enjoy that I used to enjoy a whole lot food wise, like ice cream and coffee and sweets and cake and fruit. I mean, all these things that are just so, God is, so awesome. Like, God has made these things or helped us to make these things. But I've had to sacrifice and lay down those things for a better health, for just so that I could live the way that God intends me to live. I can sleep well. I can, be healthy. And so I want to say thank you to all the people who supported me in this, especially, first and foremost, I want to thank God for His mercy and His grace and His, in my time of trial. I felt like this was a thing that I prayed that God would take away, and He didn't. He allowed me and then to go through it, to endure it, and my faith in Him and my love for Him and trust in Him is so much more. We can't escape suffering in life, but we have a God who loves us and who will carry us through the darkness that we face. Our Savior Jesus, He experienced suffering, and God carried Him through and brought Him into glory and brought Him to glory to rule, all those things. And so for me, I just feel like I'm participating in the sufferings of Christ, and I'm going to share in His glory in that. And so I endure it gladly as a good soldier for Christ. So first and foremost, God, thank you so much. Secondly, just thank you to my wife, Rachelle. She has been probably my biggest advocate. She's advocated more for me than I have for me, which is a kind of a counterintuitive thing, but she's really demonstrated love your neighbor as you've loved yourself. She has taken care of me. She has done more for me than I could possibly imagine or repay or anything like that. And so I want to say thank you to her, and thank you to my friends on Facebook, to the folks who have been praying for me, for my family over the course of this last year. It's been such a wonderful joy to my heart to know that there's people who love me and are praying for me. And so I feel like I'm back to normal, back to different Josh. This is back to how I kind of looked and felt when I was playing baseball in college, and my hoop game is strong right now. So I'll trade the black eyes that we get from sometimes doing those things for the fun of playing and feeling like myself again. So thanks for watching. This is an 11-minute video, so if you've made it all the way through the end, I appreciate it. Love you guys, and pray blessings on you in your journey. Bye.